Yes. Today we will see some more ideas in the large samples here. You see that here, and the first test we have seen that test of significance of difference between sample proportion and population proportion. Sample proportion and population proportion. And today we will see the another test, second test, that the test of significance or difference between two sample proportions, two sample proportions P1 and P2 with sizes N1 and N2 respectively. We have two samples here, P1 and P2, sizes N1 and N2 respectively. Yes, generally we see that the advertisement with Complan and Horlicks, they say that our product is better result, gave better results when considering two types of samples here, to the same type of children taken from the taken from a city, that type of thing here. They may consider 10 children, their growth when they drinking Complan or Horlicks here, then they will provide the results here. That type of thing here. That proportions of height, their increase in the height, that will be given like that here. Therefore, we are going to consider two samples here, two samples P1 and P2 here, two samples P1 and P2. But here the samples may be different here, two different samples with the sizes, so two different sizes here, N1 and N2 respectively. That type of thing you are going to consider here, that type of thing you are going to consider. For this type of test here, as like a previous type of discussion, we can derive test statistic. I can derive test statistic, and the test statistic to check whether any difference between P1 and P2, there is any difference between significant difference between P1 and P2, that is given by Z equal to P1 minus P2 square root of PQ of 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. And here, capital P and capital Q, that we not discussed in the topic, in the statement of the problem here. But here, P and Q represent success and failure proportions of the whole population. Success and failure proportion of the population where sample taken. Population where sample taken. For that population, here P represents success rate and Q represents failure rate here, failure proportions here, such that Q is equal to 1 minus P, or P plus Q is equal to 1 here, P plus Q is equal to 1. In that manner we can consider. Suppose we deal only with that the samples idea only. You don't know about where the samples taken from the population, where the samples taken from the population, that type of thing. If you don't know, then we can discuss. Then we can discuss about the P with the help of the weighted average method. With the help of the weighted average method, what manner we can discuss P here? If P is not known, you know only small letters P1 and P2 here. Only samples idea only you know, but you don't know where it which population the samples taken. If you don't know here, then you can use weighted average method. It's not weighted, WEIH, that type of thing here, weight. Weighted average method, P is approximated with the help of small letter P1 and P2. Small letter P1 and P2 by P approximately identified with the help of N1 P1, weighted average idea, plus N2 P2 whole divided by N1 plus N2. These are also sample sizes here, N1 and N2. N1 and N2. Here, weighted means WEIGHT, that type of thing. WEIGHT, that type of thing you can consider here. Right. Therefore, your sample, that test statistic is given by the test 2 is test of significance of difference between two sample proportions P1 and P2, P1 and P2 of size n1 and n2 respectively, n1 and n2 respectively, n1 and n2 respectively. Then for this type, for this type, what about your test statistic? Test statistic, that is obviously by the previous type of derivation. You can use the same type of derivations here. You can get p1 minus p2 square root of pq of 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2. That type of thing you can say that here. Then you can find critical value if mod z less than mod z alpha, accept h naught, accept h naught, otherwise reject h naught, otherwise reject h naught, accept h naught, otherwise reject h naught, where z alpha is a critical value, where z alpha is a critical value. That type of thing you can get that. Suppose P is not known, you can by weighted average method that can be calculated by N1 P1 plus N2 P2 whole divided by N1 plus N2. N1 plus N2, that is the that is success rate of the population, whole population. That type of thing we can say. This failure Q is equal to 1 minus P. Q is equal to 1 minus P. That type of thing you can consider. Right. Now we discuss some problems based on this idea here. This idea. You see that here. The problem number 1. In a large city A, 20% of the random sample of 900 school boys had a slight physical defect here. In a large city A, 20% of the random sample of 900 school boys had a slight physical defect. In another large city B, 18.5% of random sample of 1,600 school boys had the same defect. The question is that is the difference between proportions significant or not here? The question is that is the difference between the proportions significant? Right. Therefore, we have two types of city here. In a large city A and B. A and B. 20% of the random sample 900 school boys here. 900 school boys here. Therefore, in a city A, we have initially the sample size is N1. N1 is equal to 900. And the proportion of success, the sample rate of the success rate of the physical defect here, physical defect, that will be considered as P1 equal to 20%. Similarly, N2, another city means N2, 1,600 sample, and P2 is 18.5% here. In that manner, you can consider here. Right. Therefore, we will first list all the data given here. For first problem, the solution from the given data, we have N1 equal to 800 or 900, P is equal to 20%. It is 1,600. N1 equal to 900. Comma P1 equal to 20% here, therefore it will be 0.2. N2 is equal to 1,600 and P2 correspondingly 18.5, therefore 0.185, 18.5%. 18.5%. Because we have N1, N2, P1, P2 correspondingly, we can use test statistic we can adopt here. But if you want to adopt a test statistic here, only we have these kind of values only. Therefore, we have to identify capital P and capital Q also. Capital P and capital Q. Therefore, capital P approximated by N1 P1 plus N2 P2 whole divided by N1 plus N2. Whole divided by N1 plus N2. Correspondingly, you can get the value that all of you try and give the answer for N1P here. 900 into 0.2 plus N2, 1,600 into 0.185 whole divided by N1 plus N2 here, 2,500, N1 plus N2, 1,600 plus 900, 2,500. What about the value for P? Anyone give the answer?
0.1904.
0.1904. 0.1904 implies you can adopt Q equal to capital Q is equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus P. Therefore, what about your answer? You can get here 6, 6, and here 9, and then you can get it as a 0, and then here is also 8, 8. Therefore, Q is equal to 0.8096, 0.8096, 0.8096. That manner you can get that. It will be that idea we can get that. Right. Now P and Q over. P and Q over. Then you can use test statistic and everything. But before that, you have to fix null and alternative hypothesis. Null and alternative hypothesis. Now, null hypothesis you have to construct. Null hypothesis you have to construct H naught. Null hypothesis H naught means they are asking that any significant difference between two sample proportions. Two sample proportions, they are P1 and P2. But null hypothesis always says that there is no significant difference. There is no significant difference between. There is no significant difference between two sample proportions. There is no significant difference between two sample proportions. That is P1 equal to P2. Null hypothesis H naught. Null hypothesis H naught. That is the idea of null hypothesis H naught. What about the question here? Question also the same thing. They are asking that is the difference between proportions significant? Well, there is no other question is given. Only significant or not here. Therefore, there is no implicit meaning we require here. There is no implicit meaning we require. And similarly, alternative hypothesis. We can consider alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis means H1. H1. H1 that can be identified by. They are asking significant or not only here. Therefore, for comparison type only, you can use less than or greater than. Less than or greater than. Therefore, what about your idea for alternative hypothesis? P1
not equal to.
P1 not equal to P2. P1 not equal to P2. There is some significance. There is some significance between. There is some significance between two sample proportions. Two sample proportions. That is the idea we can get that. Two sample proportions. Therefore, because of P1 not equal to P2, the test is a two-tailed test. Test is a two-tailed test. Test is a two-tailed test. Right. Now we have to calculate test statistic. Test statistic. We have to calculate. Z equal to the test statistic will be P1 minus P2 square root of PQ of 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. P1, P2 values are here. Implies we can get Z equal to P1 minus P2 0.2, 0.185, 0.2, 0.185, 900, 1600, 101904, 8096 here. Right. 0.2 minus 0.185 whole divided by square root of PQ of 0.1904, 8096. 1904, 8096. 8096. 1 by N1 of 1 by N1 900. This will be N2 is 1600. 1600. From that manner we can get that. Can you give the answer for this one here? Z value. What is Z?
0.9170.
0.9170. Very good. 0.9170. Now you have to get critical value. Critical value. That's no level of significance is mentioned. Therefore, you can use generally 5% level of significance. 5% level of significance. Therefore, now for test is a two-tailed test. Well, test is a two-tailed test. Therefore, for two-tailed test, and for alpha is equal to 5% LOS, well, 5% level of significance, comma, critical value is at alpha is equal to 1.96, 1.96 here implies modulus value of Z, modulus value of Z equal to 0.9170. 0.9170 is less than this value. Modulus value of Z alpha 1.96, that is equal to modulus value of Z alpha. Okay, therefore modulus value of Z less than modulus value of Z alpha finally. Therefore your answer will be accept H naught. Accept H naught. Accept H naught means there is no significant difference between, there is no significant difference between two sample proportions from the city A and B respectively, from the city A and city B respectively. There is no significant, that will be important. There is no significant between two sample proportions. Like problems are very simple only, just you have to understand what are the values are given. What are the values are given, you write. Then what are the missing values, you identify the missing values. Then put up the null and alternative hypothesis, then calculate test statistic. With the help of alternative hypothesis, you can identify that what type of tailed test here. After that, identify test statistic, then compare with critical value. Compare with critical value whether it is less than or greater. Less than means accept. Then you can say that there is no significant difference between two sample proportions for city A and B respectively. Right. Similarly, we may take another problem here. Yes. See the second problem. Before an increase in excess duty on tea, 800 people out of a sample of 1000 were consumers of tea. Before an increase in excess duty means like tax, VAT, that type of the GST, that type of thing. Now we have a common GST. But previously we have excess duty, VAT, everything is there. But it is one of the tax. It is one type of tax. Before an increase in excess duty on tea, 800 people out of 1000, out of a sample of 1000 were consumers of tea. Then we have one more result. After the increase in excess duty, 800 people were consumers of tea in a sample of 1200 persons. This is for 1000 persons, 800 people. This is 1200 persons, 800 people were consumers of tea after the increase in excess duty. Find whether there is any significant decrease in the consumption of tea. Find whether there is any significant decrease in the consumption of tea after the increase in excess duty. Right? Right. Now see that here, what are the values are given. You write one by one here. Write one by one. P1, N1 size is 1000 and N2 is 1200. But P1 directly not given, in terms of number is given here. 800 out of 1000. Here, therefore P1 is 800 by 1000, 0.8. It will be 0.66. In that manner we can get that. Right. In this problem also you can get some idea. Right. You see the solution of this problem. Given N1 1000 and N2 is 1200. Correspondingly P1 can be got by 800 by 1000, and P2 can be get by 800 by 1200. Therefore your answer will be 0.8. Another answer will be 0.66. 0.66. 1200. Now these values you identified, then you can get P, capital P value, that will be identified by N1 P1, N2 P2 whole divided by N1 plus N2, N1 plus N2. Implies I can get 1000 N1 P1, 800 you can get, N2 P2 that you can get it as a 800, is also nearly 800. Therefore, 1200 into 0.66 N2P2 whole divided by N1 plus N2 here, 2200. 2200. What will be the answer for capital P?
0.7236.
0.7236. Then Q, what is Q? Q value?
0.2763.
0.2763. That will be Q. Or you can easily identify P and Q values. P and Q values. Now all the values are over. Then you can move on to null and alternative hypothesis. Null and alternative hypothesis here. Null hypothesis H naught. Null hypothesis H naught. That always says that P1 equal to P2. There is no significance between. There is no significance. This is general comment. Significance between. There is no significant difference between. This is general like comment. Two sample proportions. Two sample proportion. What is the question? You also have to consider the question. What type of question they are asking here? Find whether there is any significant decrease in the consumption of tea. Find whether there is any significant decrease in the consumption of tea after the increase in excise duty. P1 is before increase of excise duty customers of tea, consumers of tea, and this is after increase in excise duty. P2 is after increase in excise duty. How many the ratio of consumers of tea, consumers of tea. But null hypothesis say that before increase or after increase they are same. They are same. Therefore, there is no significant difference between two sample proportion. What will be the implicit meaning here? There is no significant decrease. There is no significant decrease. There is no significant decrease in the consumers of tea. In the consumers of tea after the increase in excise duty. After the increase in excise duty, that is RBS case. There is no significant decrease in the consumers of tea after the increase in excise duty. This is P1 equal to P2. Next, similarly, you have to construct alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis here. Alternative hypothesis that you have to construct H1. Based on the question only you can construct here. Therefore, what will be your here alternative hypothesis? How can you write? Question is that is there any significant decrease in the consumers of tea? In that manner they are asking here. For what type of alternative hypothesis you can get that?
P2 should be less than P1.
P1, you have to consider P1 in the left side always. P1 is
P1 greater than P2.
P1 greater than P2. Always consider P1 in the left side. P1 greater than P2. P1 greater than P2. It means that you are fixing with the help of the question statement. General command is there is some significant difference in the consumers of in these two sample proportion. The two sample proportion. This is general command. What will be the implicit meaning here? This is before excise duty. Consumers before excise duty. This is consumers before after the excise duty. After the excise duty. Therefore, it says that before excise duty consumers are greater than the after excise duty consumers here, right? There is some significant decrease. There is some significant decrease in the consumers of T after the increase in excess duty, that is obvious. There is some significant degrees. There is some significant degrees. There is some significant degrees in the consumers of T after the increase in excess duty. Because P1 is greater than P2 here, it is right tail test. Right tail test. The test is a right tail test. One tail or single tail or right tail test, it is better because it is large sample, you can write like this here. Now you have to construct test statistic. Test statistic. Test statistic. Z equal to P1 minus P2 whole divided by square root of PQ of 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. 0.8, 0. Previous page, 66, 7236, 2763. 0.66 square root of 7236 into 0.2763 of 1 by N1 is N1 is size is 1000. This is 1200. 1000. Under everything under square root. Square root. Can you give the answer for this one?
7.31.
7.311.
Yes, sir, yes. 7.311.
7.311. 7.311. Okay, right. Now, because of right tail test, you have to calculate critical value also. Critical. Wait a minute. I have a phone call. Sir, class la irken. The 12 ku mudiyane call pandren. Okay. Is it equal to 7.311 here? Now critical value, you have to get that here. Right. Next page. Now for right tail test and for level of significant alpha is equal to 5%, critical value. Anyone have an idea about critical value for right tail test? Is it alpha equal to what here?
1.64.
1.64. Very good. 1.64. Your answer will be 1.64. Implies modulus value of Z equal to previous. Modulus value of Z equal to 7.311. 7.311 greater than 1.64. That is equal to modulus value of Z. Therefore, implies modulus value of Z is totally greater than modulus value of Z. Because of greater than, you have to reject H0. Reject H0. Reject H0 means accept H1. Accept H1. Accept H1. Accept H1 means what about your answer here? Yes, there is some significant degrees. There is some significant degrees in the consumers of T after the increase in excess duty. After the increase in excess implies you write a conclusion like this. There is some significant degrees in the consumers of T. In the consumers of T after the increase in excess duty. After the increase in excess duty. Yes. This would be your idea. Just because a question asked in terms of degrees or increase, the comparison type here. Therefore, you have to use that alternative hypothesis in the comparison manner. Alternative hypothesis in the comparison manner. But you always put P1 in the left side here. P1 in the left side, P2 in the right side. Based on that, you can get idea of critical value. Critical value. I think all of you understand these ideas here. Then I will give one problem for your exercise and try and solve that. Yes. All of you take this column here for your exercise. A 15.5% of a random sample of 1,600 undergraduates were smokers. 20% of random sample of 900 postgraduates were smokers in a city. Were smokers in a state. Can we conclude that less number of undergraduates are smokers than postgraduates? Can we conclude that less number of undergraduates are smokers than postgraduates? Right. A random sample of 1,600 graduates, undergraduates. Therefore, N1 equal to 1,600. Correspondingly, the sample proportion is P1, directly given 15.5%. Similarly, N2 is 900 postgraduate students here, whereas that sample proportion is P2 equal to 20% here. From this data, can we conclude that a less number of undergraduates are smokers than postgraduates? Can we conclude like that here? Therefore, the question is asked that in the comparison form here, less number of undergraduates, comparison form, less number of undergraduates. Therefore, correspondingly, we can you give the answer here? Because a less number of undergraduates in that manner, the question asked here. Therefore, what type of alternative hypothesis you can use here? Anyone?
P1 less than P2.
P1 less than or P1 greater than P2, based on conditions. Here P1 is less than, therefore you can use P1 less than P2. Yes, all of you try and give your answer. Give your answer. What about your conclusion? You are accept or reject H0? All of you try and give the answer.